Hello everybody. My name is Bob Friedenthal. Last name spelled Friedenthal. On LinkedIn, I'm under Karen, Caryn, and Bob Friedenthal, Friedenthal. I call myself a LinkedIn junkie. I'm no youngster, unless you guys think I'm dyeing my beard white. And I'm always so lucky. This is a brilliant woman that I'm interviewing today, Betty Withrow. If you have any questions or want to get in touch with me, my phone number is area code 310-736-5787, or you can contact me at bobf411web at AOL.com. Okay, so all over to you now, there, Betty.
Well, Bob, thanks for inviting me to come and be interviewed by you. I have known you for a while and I enjoy the interactions tremendously, as well as getting a lot of value out of your services and the My City networking group meetings that we've been having on Fridays. I always love meeting brilliant people and learning from them and finding ways that we can support each other. And that certainly happens in that group. It's not just a jump in and sell something crowd at all. These are people who understand how things really work and offer real value. So, to introduce myself, just as I would in the meeting, I'm Betty Withrow, and I'm the Writers Launchpad. I supply various types of writing services. Been focusing on books lately in about the last number of months, but I also have a background in content writing. So, on my book process, I go from concept all the way through putting together the book in the coaching process if it's needed, working with the author on motivation, writer's block, any kind of plot or content issues they may have, creating outlines and so on, so that the book has real structure. And then following that, I do editing processes, I upload books, and I work with a very talented marketer in a collaboration to brand the book and position it for success. In my content division, which is newly renovated because I just made contact with some people who have a fantastic new way of generating content, I focus on being in alignment with the brand promise, understanding the marketplace that the client has, and positioning their language so that it is persuasive for their customer or client base and shows who they really are and the value that they provide. So that's what I do, and it definitely is probably more than a minute like we usually do in the meeting, but we're here on this platform, so that's where I'm at.
Let me ask you this. What are some of the common problems or frustrations that people have that come to you?
A lot of people have an issue with focusing on exactly what they want to accomplish, frankly. That's the main question that I ask at any level of engagement is what do you want this to do? Because when we really understand that, that makes the messaging and all of the fine details of creating the project much simpler, and it's actually drives the whole process. So I would say clarity is number one. A lot of people do not have momentum, but once they have that clarity, the momentum tends to build radically. And the second major issue that every author I've encountered has is their value, the value of their knowledge, whether what they have to say is good enough, is anybody going to read it, who even cares, all that type of thing. And even top experts in their fields come up with that as a question. So those are the two main things: clarity and um, value.
You said something about our group meeting that was very helpful or inspirational when we were speaking just the other day. Do you remember what it was?
I couldn't tell you. But it was probably something along the lines of what I said earlier in this meeting, that I just really enjoy the interaction between these creative minds.
Good
Uh,
point. Interaction is is essential, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even when people come to you, that's where you fill in the blanks with your interaction.
Yeah, yeah. The way I work in coaching is that first of all, I have to listen carefully so I can understand what is going on in the client's mind about their content and what they want to create, and then to see where the gaps are in their process and give them the support at the places where those gaps occur.
And like most people, we kind of operate like this, right?
Yeah.
With tunnel vision and being able to uh, ask somebody that's very, very knowledgeable about what you do, you fill in a lot of gaps, I would suspect.
Yeah, there's an entire range of types of gaps, frankly. And there's no two authors or no two projects that are alike. So some people are very focused and know exactly what they want, and other people don't. And so, it could be a really deep gap that's actually a chasm, or it could be just a small structural bridge that needs to be built so that the content makes sense. And anything in
How long have you been doing this?
Um, well, it started when I edited my son's thesis when he came home from college in 2015. That's what got me into editing. And then I also did my first ghost writes in that year and branched out into author coaching after I got my life coaching certificate. So I've been in it for a minute, and every day I'm learning something new about how this process actually works.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Like I always say, I don't know how to turn off my brain.
Yeah.
So it's always I'm always looking for the next thing. And people, like I said, people tend to operate like this.
Yeah.
And once you start communicating with them, you'll get them out of their box, right? And I think that's the essence of life. Is help.
Yeah. 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 The best part is when somebody realizes what their value is and they're totally clear about their message. I mean, I can visually see them rising during the meeting. That's what I like the best.
I love it. I'm writing that down. Realizing, helping people realize value.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
Because we all get trapped.
Yeah. And there's a very pervasive story throughout our entire culture that people like don't have value, they don't deserve things, and all this type of thing. And that's not true. Everybody has knowledge that no one else has. So, part of my mission is to get people to actually share their knowledge. And
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because I was a director of accounting for a publicly traded company. And when I saw the things that were of value to people, but people didn't recognize it,
yeah,
that's when I took off and that's when I opened my own company.
right, exactly.
That's the benefits of life. And if you don't talk to people, you can't just type it out and expect that people will advance based on that, although AI has done a lot of supplementing to be able to achieve that.
Yeah,
But, just realizing all this stuff helps to bubble your brain up to a surface level that is help you expand your own thoughts.
yeah.
And that's what you do. I'm sure that's what you do quite a bit of with your
That is what I do. Yeah, yeah. It's about yeah. Like I said, they're conditioned to feel that they don't have what it takes, so to speak. And in some cases they have most of what it takes and they need some help. I mean, well, I'd say all cases. Nobody can do anything all by themselves. I mean, that's ridiculous. So everyone needs support somewhere, and I'm happy that I'm able to give people support based on the knowledge that I gained earlier in life. Because at a certain point, it dawned on me that I thought that people knew stuff that I knew, and that it was just everybody knew this, and they don't.
They
And
don't.
there's tons of stuff that I don't know, but I could offer what I do know, and that would be helpful. So that's why I do it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And you've gained a lot of value about our Friday morning 8 a.m. Zoom meeting.
Yeah, yeah. I've met some great people there, and through the services that you provide on my LinkedIn account, I've gotten some really great clients. So it's been a great thing.
That's so nice to hear because people don't always talk about that. They don't talk about what value you bring to somebody.
Yeah,
And here's a perfect display of some tremendous value that you've gotten out of.
yeah.
So I
Really
appreciate
aware
that.
of that. Oh, yeah. Well, that's for real. One thing about me is I never say anything I don't mean.
Yeah, that's funny you say that because I talk about it all the time. It's all about your integrity, you know,
Yeah,
and honesty and integrity. At my dad's funeral, I talked about my dad handed me a name with honesty and integrity, and I in turn will be passing along what he taught me.
yeah.
So good stuff. Well, anyway, I think this is a pretty good wrap here. I
I
think
think
we
so. Yeah,
think we've gone for 20 minutes, so I think people should get a whole bunch of value. So we'll be sending you this taping
right.
and take a look at the feedback and see what we can glean out of it.
Wonderful. Yes.
So let's do introductions again. Who are you?
I'm Betty Withrow, the Writers Launchpad. Three W's, thewriterslaunchpad.com.
Excellent. Do you have a phone number you want to
You can
come?
send me a text at 831-238-2626 to introduce yourself. And once I know who you are, I'll answer your call.
There we go. And I'm Bob Friedenthal, Friedenthal. I'm under Karen and Bob Friedenthal in LinkedIn. And like I said, I call myself a LinkedIn junkie. I love helping people. That's the essence of life. That's what you should really be all about. And
Yeah.
if you want to contact me, you can reach me at area code 310-736-5787. You can also reach me also at mycityalerts@gmail.com. And I will be signing us off right now. So thank you so much. You're a jewel.
My pleasure, Bob. Thanks for inviting me.